Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Henge, the Director of Client Services here at Bohlsen Group with another edition of Bohlsen Briefs, the web program that's not so much about underwear, but about tips and best practices for communications at your organization. Joining me today is our account executive for nonprofit accounts, yes. Karen Hurt. Karen.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, that was better. This is take two, everybody. We've gone through this once before. Okay, Karen joining us today to talk about this idea of unified voice. This is particularly important for nonprofits, but everyone can benefit from this.
Exactly.
It's the idea that everyone needs to be singing out of that same songbook or reading from that same page of the book.
Exactly. It means you're all saying the same thing about your organization. So if somebody's going out and you have 10 different board members, they're all saying the same thing about your organization. So you're not getting confused about, well, what do you actually do? Who do you actually serve? Why is this program more important than the other one?
And for nonprofits, really challenging with volunteers.
Absolutely.
Right? They may only come to one event a year, but you want them using that unified voice. Okay, so some steps Karen has for us today to get us on that same page or singing from that same songbook. There's 4 of them. Let's talk through them. The first, and really the most important one as it relates to communications, is goals. What are those communications goals? Talk about that.
Right. You need to identify the goals about the most important thing that you want someone to understand about your organization, whether it's one program or your mission statement or a certain phrase. What's the most important thing that someone should leave an event or a conversation with someone affiliated with your organization knowing?
Okay, what are the key takeaways you want them to have? All right, once you know what it is you want to be saying, you got to know who to talk to.
Exactly. So we talk about finding your audience. Everyone wants to say that they serve everyone, and well, it's important for everyone to know about my organization. But it's more important when you're talking about communications to identify the 2 or 3 specific groups that are most germane to your mission. Is it new parents? Is it students? Is it parents of teenagers? When you find those 2 or 3 really important groups, then you can tailor your communications more effectively.
Right. Who's going to move the needle for us is kind of the idea there. Okay, then create the personality. So when we use the term unified voice, how does that voice sound, right?
Right. Think of your organization as a character. What are some defining words and phrases that you need to use? And when you're talking to some of these audiences, which words are you going to use more? Which phrases are you going to use less? Just think about who your audience is and how you as a person or a character can communicate with them most effectively.
And then the most difficult thing, probably the most important after understanding your goals, is the commitment to consistency.
Right. So across all of your platforms, your website, your collateral, your office, your social media, your email signature, make sure those things are consistent whenever anyone sees anything related to your organization.
I was going to say, and there's tools to do that, or little tricks, right? Putting something at the header of the agenda, but it's repeated exposure, right? That gets us to consistency. Karen, thanks. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Another edition of Bohlsen Briefs in the bag. Go ahead, pull these briefs up one leg at a time. We hope they'll fit. We think they'll fit and help make you a better communicator at your organization. See you soon.